Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. The Michaels that's located by me has a bunch of inks and sprays, things like that are all clearance, which is good and bad. Good because, who doesn't love a good deal, but bad because that means they're getting rid of this stuff. And a lot of those things include Distress Oxides, Distress Oxide Sprays. There's some alcohol ink sets that are clearance. And I don't have a lot of oxide sprays. I only have a few, and I needed more. I particularly needed greens, and I was lucky enough to find a few sets. Plus, I had coupons, or vouchers, I should say. So I got them for basically nothing because I had these vouchers, which made me so excited. I got 3 sets of oxide sprays, and you'll notice that these are small. Hold on. Whoops, where are my full size? So this is a full size spray that you can get individually, but Michael sells these in 3 packs. This is not one of the 3 packs. It's actually these 2 plus another one. And then this is in with the greens pack, but you could see the difference in size. So you get 3 colors in a pack, and they're clearanced by me for $7, which I thought was really good. So I got these to kind of fill in the gaps that I have. And, especially because they were basically free. So if you have vouchers, head over to your Michaels and pick some of these up. I also got a set of alcohol inks, and I'm very excited about that, but we're not using those today. I decided that I don't use oxide sprays that much, so that's what we're going to work with. And, one of the reasons is because I really don't have a lot of colors, and some of the colors are opposite each other on the color wheel, and they would just make mud. So I use them sometimes, but just not enough. So I figured today's a good day to kind of play around. And I'm not going to go into like a whole big thing about how to work with them or any of that, because I kind of need to play with them a bit and remind myself all the things that they can do. So this is going to be pretty basic, but we're going to make a shaker card, and it's going to be textured, and we're going to have the oxide. So although it's kind of basic, what I have in my head, it's going to look really cool because we have all of these neat things happening. So I have the Art Deco Arches embossing folder. This is from Erin Creative. I love this folder. It is so fab. So many cool details. I thought it was really perfect for today because I wanted to make a shaker, and I have an oval die. This is from Elizabeth Craft Designs. This particular set is no longer available, but it's just an oval, you guys. Just grab whatever you have. But this oval works really well with this embossing folder. So to get started, we are going to first spray the heck out of this panel of Bristol. So I don't know, I'm going to just kind of shake these up and make a bit of a mess. And we're going to go from there and see what happens. No real plan as to how I'm going to put these colors down. I am going to try to behave and wipe off my nozzle. We'll see if I remember to do that each time. I tend to forget to do that. I love Twisted Citron. It is one of my favorite colors of, oh, look at that, of Distress actually, not Distress Oxides only. In the Distress line, it's one of my favorites. Again, we're working on Bristol, so you can see that the color is not just sinking into the paper. It's sitting on top, which is exactly what I want because I want time to be able to play with this. Oh, that's looking cool. All right. This is Wild Honey. And this one was Mustard Seed. I don't know if I said that. Okay, so now I have some water. And we're going to spray this with some water, get this color really moving and oxidizing. Just want it to blend a bit. Oops. There we go. That's nice. That's what I want. And I don't mind this drippy things that's happening here because we might layer. So I think what I'm going to do is dry this panel, and then we'll dip into what's left here. It doesn't even need to be completely dry, just drier than what it is now, which is pretty darn wet. Okay, that is mostly dry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over this way. No, I'm going to flip it this way because I want to get some of this Twisted Citron in these areas. So we're going to just dip in to this excess goodness See that? And just kind of get some layering happening. And if we need to add more, like I think we need some more of the wild honey, we'll get a little bit more in there. A little bit. I feel like we need some depth happening. These colors are kind of all on the same range of brightness. I feel like we need something deep in here. So you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna get some Crackling Campfire and add some of that. I think that that's going to be really helpful. All right. Water, water. Yeah, see that? That's nice. We got some cool stuff happening. All right. Let's do this again with some heat and dry this and see where we get. I'm going to add a couple of flicks of the Twisted Citron and just kind of splatter it on here a little bit, just here and there, because it's really very electric against the Crackling Campfire, and I love that. All right, let's see what this does now. Here is my panel, and I think it looks really cool. I love this like whoosh of color that's happening here and here. Oh, it's nice. Okay, so that's cool. I also cleaned up my space and I have the beginnings of a masterboard. This is all excess ink that was just on my glass mat. So don't waste that stuff. Just grab a piece of cardstock, and this isn't even Bristol. This is just basic cardstock that I use for panels and things. And it's the start of something that can be really cool. We can add more color to this. We can stamp on it, emboss, stencil, whatever. So it's the start of what can be a really great background or focal point or whatever. Okay, I'm moving that to the side because we're not using that today. So now what we're going to do is we are going to die cut our oval out of the center of this so that we can then emboss with the folder that I chose. So I'm going to just apply some washi tape here and run this through my die cut machine. We've got this oval left over, and this can totally be used on another card, so don't get rid of that. We've kind of lost the whooshing that was happening there, but that's okay. We can use it some other time. And now I'm going to put this into my folder. It's a little damp still, so I'm not even going to spray the back with water because I'm fine with, you know, I think it's going to run through fine and not crack on me. Why can't I get this straight? There we go. I think that's good. Okay. Check that out. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay. But I think that I want to add some ink to it just so that this really stands out, because all of the different colors in the background are making it hard to see the design of the embossing folder. So I think to do that, we're going to go with Acorn VersaFine Clair. This is a new one for me. This is not one of the new colors, but I just didn't have it for whatever reason. But now I do. And it's a nice reddish brown. We're just going to carefully go over this area, not pushing hard. Now this is a 3D embossing folder, so you're going to find that not all of the areas are going to get ink, but one of the things that I like about this pad is that it's very firm. It's a felt pad, so it has a lot of firmness to it. So if I want to use the corner to get into these little nooks and crannies that are in a lower position as far as the dimension goes, I can usually do that. As long as you're careful. You just don't want to overdo it, push too hard, and you want to take your time. But that's really making this stand out so nicely. See the difference? So you can see here, it's not really showing, so I'm going to just use that corner and carefully go over it, and now it shows. Yeah, this was the right color because again, it's kind of a reddish brown, so it works well with these warmer tones that we've got in our background. How great is that? Oh, I really like how this is coming out. You can still see all of the fabulous colors and how it changes and the spritzing, but it looks really good. Okay. Whoop, got a little heavy right there. Where's my paper towel? That's okay. No big deal. All right. I think this is good. I think we're going to stop here. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep going like I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Let's clean up the glass mat. So now we can start building our shaker. I have some plastic here. This is just acetate. This is from some stencils that I had gotten from a Colorful Life Designs. So I'm going to just use this. I'm going to cut it down. And I'm going to cut it again because we don't need both sides. Usually it just kind of comes apart like that. Makes it nice and simple. It's going to make a liar out of me now. There we go. See that? And this is actually big enough where I can use it this way. So what I'm going to do now, can you see that? I'm sorry about the glare, but I want you to see where the acetate is. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some Terra tape from Imagine, and I'm going to go around the perimeter and adhere this acetate to this piece, which I'm not going to make you watch. You can see the Terra tape going around that oval. So now I'm going to just place down the acetate, smooth it down, and we have our shaker window. Just make sure that you burnish it well with your fingers because of all of this fabulous texture we have going on. Okay, so we need to create our back panel. And I think that I'm going to use this. This is from Reverse Confetti's Cheerful and Kind paper pad set. And I think that that's fun. These triangles. Do I want it this way? Nope, I want it this way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the oval that we used to make our window, and I'm going to cut a piece of this that's a little bit bigger than that. We don't need to use this whole piece. It's just unnecessary and, in my opinion, a little wasteful. I know that some people would just be like, oh, just cut it to the size of the card panel. But I don't want to do that. I like to use as much or as little as possible so that I have more that I can use later. So I'm going to put that away. And now this is going to fill in that space like so. So now we need our shaker bits. And what did I do with them? I had them. Here we go. So this is a really old shaker bit set from Doodle's Paper Playground. This is from their Sparkle Blends. This is what I originally had intended. I don't know if I still love it with this. Maybe if I take out the flowers. I don't know. Now that we added the brown and the Crackling Campfire, it's not as impactful. Let me see what else I have. I found a better one. This is Citrus Tornado. Again, this is from Doodle's Paper Playground, which is unfortunately no longer in business. But many of you watching probably have a whole lot of Sparkle Blends in your stash. And if you do, break them out and use them. I've been kind of hoarding them for a while, but it's time to use them. So check these out. This is much better. Much better with this color palette we have going on. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we need some foam tape. So I've got some 1/4 inch foam tape from scrapbook.com. This is 3 millimeters thick. It's a great thickness. It allows all of your shaker bits to move around freely. And this is not the most exciting thing in the world, but we're going to put foam around our window. I'm going to cut this down. So the best way to put foam around an oval or a circle or any other curved shape is to remove the release paper from the top side. And then it gives the foam the ability to flex around whatever shape you want. You can kind of mold it how you want because the paper doesn't have any flexibility, but the foam has lots. So if you just slowly work your way around, removing the release paper, you can see that it will stick really well in the shape that you need. And then, you know, yes, you can go around this in a rectangular shape and call it a day. But, you know, I don't want my shaker bits to be falling behind. Like if we made this into a rectangle, I don't want them to be here or here. I want them to be in the window, right? So if we do it this way, nice and close to the edge, then that means that our shaker bits will always be in our field of view. Make sure that when you end your ring here, that the pieces are touching and you don't have any gaps. Because if you have gaps, then you could potentially lose your sequence. So now I'm going to just go around the rest of the perimeter and we'll move on. This is what I've got. It's not real pretty, but you're not going to see this. What we need to do, I removed the release paper from all of the foam tape, and now we just need to add in our sequins and other wonderful sparkly bits. This skull tray that I'm using is from Twiddler's Nook. It's so cute. It's perfect for working with these small things. I use it all the time. I think that's good. We got lots of sparkly bits in here now. Okay, so now what we have to do is try to release our fingers. Okay, so I want the arrows going up, and I'm going to put this bad boy on here like so, and seal our window. I shouldn't have removed the release paper from the outer border, but whatever, it's fine. There we go. We have a fantastic shaker. Now we just need to finish it off. So I've got my card base here. Let's move some of this stuff away, like so. I've got my card base, and I actually made this a full panel. You guys, we're not going to have a white border that we need to paint or anything. I made it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're going to just stick this on there after I get some more adhesive. Okay, here comes the scary part. You might have thought that making the shaker was scary. For me, the scary part is getting this lined up with the corner of the card, which is one of the biggest reasons why I always make my, almost always make my panels 4 by 5 1/4. And I know you can like stick it in your MISTI and line it up that way, but I just don't bother. Okay, that looks good. Not bad, Al, not bad. Okay, that's fun. We got lots of shaker bits in here. And again, because we used 3mm foam tape, there's lots of room for them to move. Love it. Now we do sentiment. So I have this sentiment, Dream Big, Sparkle More. It's from the Spellbinders Better Press plate and die set called Shine Bright Sentiment Strips. This is a great collection if you haven't seen it before, but I love this. And you get to press a whole bunch of sentiments at once and then die cut them all at once. But I gotta say, I don't like the white at all with this. So we need to colorize this. And I'm thinking we're gonna go with yellow. Mustard seed to be exact. So let me grab my mustard seed. And I think we're gonna ink this up real quick because I think it's gonna look better. This was stamped with the same Acorn ink that we used on our focal panel. And it was pressed with cotton cardstock. It chills it out a little bit. Not enough. I need more. All right, we're going in heavy-handed now. What do we think about that? I think that that's better. Yep, that's better. You know what's bothering me though? It's super textured now. So, all right. I was going to leave it and now I just can't. We're going to just, that's better. See, because it's water activated. and that smoothed it out quite a bit. Much, much better. Okay. You know I love a grungy look, but it wasn't really working with this. This is better. Okay. So I've got some glue here. Let's see if it wants to come out. I've been struggling with it lately. It has like thickened up on me. Okay. Nice. Now this is wet, so it looks a little funny at the moment, but it'll look much better in a minute or two once it's dry. But that, my friends, is our card today. We could have done more. We could have added a critter or a shape or something, but I didn't really want to do too much to it. I really love that embossing folder, and I wanted that to be the star of the show in addition to the sparkle blends that are in here. So that's it for me today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know what to do. Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. I appreciate you being here. I will be back very soon with another one. Actually, if you're watching this the day that this video came out, tomorrow I'll have another video because it's February 1st tomorrow, and we will have the new release from A Colorful Life Design. So if you want to spend a few minutes with me tomorrow, I hope you'll come back here and check out the stencils I chose to work with in February. So I will see you then, I hope. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.